aka Oakland Latinos Unidos. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Live with Jay, number 29, on here, your Sunday regularly live scheduled live stream. Hopefully, everybody's good out there. See if more people join. We'll give it a little bit, let more people join in. What's up with everybody out there? This is Jose with Oakland Latinos United, aka Oakland Latinos Unidos, on here with the live feed, live with Jay, number 29. Want to see what's up with my gente, how everybody doing out there. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend, kind of a warm weekend in the Bay Area. It was nice, and I'm just chilling, relaxing. Was taking care of some errands earlier, and I'm just glad to be home relaxing. To be honest with you, I might hit the gym after I get off this live feed. I kind of want to go to the gym. It's been a couple days since I've been there. I want to go do some cardio. So what's up with everybody? Who's out there? Hopefully you guys will be joining. Got a few things I want to talk to. Yeah, it was hella hot yesterday. It was pretty hot today too, though. Because I went out and it was warm. I was in San Francisco yesterday, and it was pretty warm in San Francisco. It cooled down a little bit towards the afternoon, but I was in the city yesterday with some friends. But yeah, man, it was kind of warm today though. But yeah, I was in the 707 today. I was out in Vallejo doing something. It was kind of hot out that way. I did a video earlier. I don't know if you guys seen when I was out there in Vallejo. It was something that came to my mind. It was about the young kid who got shot, 12-year-old, over there in the East Oakland, Maxwell Park area, which is over there by like Brookdale, kind of like Brookdale High Street, like that area over there. Kind of the upper part of High Street up there by Fairfax, Brookdale. That's kind of like Maxwell Park up there. And I guess what happened was they were trying to steal a catalytic converter of a car, and I guess the husband of whoever owned the car threw a rock and a chair at the thieves, and they shot back and hit their 12-year-old son. I mean, that's pretty messed up, man. I made a video about it. Like I said, that's like JCat fucking weirdo behavior, man. And you know, they steal your catalytic converter, man. That's all bad, man. Those catalytic converters are expensive as hell. You feel me? They're gonna cost you at least $1,000 or more. I mean, they're just as expensive as a car. What do you think about the government finally talking about UFOs? Huh. You know, it's crazy you ask me that, because I used to be a big UFO conspiracy guy when I was a youngster. I used to be really big into UFO conspiracies. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's only human arrogance to feel that we're the only ones in the universe. You know what I mean? Could it be something that they are doing? It could be, or could it be something coming from somewhere that they don't know, or maybe they do know? That could be another possibility. But yeah, it is weird to see them releasing this info. That, or either it could be a cover for something else. But yeah, it's a trip. I gotta read up more on it. I don't know too much about the issue. But yeah, man, these catalytic converter thefts, so they've been going on a lot around Oakland and the Bay Area. My brother, he got his catalytic converter stolen recently at the flea market in Concord. Can you believe that? Some motherfucker came and stole his catalytic converter. He went in, he was selling at the flea market, and I guess his girl brought his car, left it in the parking lot. When they came back, the catalytic converter was gone. You know what I mean? And that kind of stuff has been going on a lot lately. It happened to a friend of mine too in Oakland. She had what she had? She had like a Toyota, like a little Toyota. I can't remember what kind. It wasn't a Camry. Yeah, and someone jacked her catalytic converter too. And yeah, like I said, those things are expensive. If they jack one of those, man, it's basically, unless you have money to spend, it's just as expensive as buying a new car. Unfortunately, man, and that sucks, man. That sucks if you have to go through that. But yeah, man, shot a 12-year-old kid. That's not cool, man. I don't like shit like that when you shoot at kids and shoot at civilians. That's not cool, man. That's not gangster shit. That's JCat shit. You feel me? That's just you trying to be a JCat, trying to come up on an easy target. Even though Skilling a catalytic converter isn't easy. It's pretty hard, but you know what I mean. You could risk yourself getting killed doing that shit too. So I don't know, man. Some might say desperate time asks for desperate measures. You know what I mean? But to me, that's just JK shit. You feel me? I don't like shit like that. I just think that shit is just JK shit, and it's fucked up. I mean, if they're gonna do that shit, go out to Orinda or Walnut Creek or some shit. I'm not advocating to go anywhere to steal anything, but go to the rich areas. They can afford it. Motherfuckers in Oakland, what can they afford? You jack from some Rasa or some black person from Oakland, bro, that's barely struggling to survive in a gentrified fucking economy. You know what I mean? And you steal their fucking catalytic converter from their car or anything like that. It's like, how the fuck does that make you gangster, man? You feel me? It just makes you a parasite, really. That's all it does. It just makes you a parasite, parasitic, JCAT scumbag. You feel me? That's just how it is, whether you like it or not. That's just my take on it. But yeah, that's just a little rant I wanted to do. I made a video about that issue earlier on today. Hopefully you guys checked out that video, liked it, left a message, comment. But yeah, man. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the interview I did with Rojo and Gunners Collective. Menudo time. You know what I mean? Sauce in that fashion. You know what I mean? It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. It was interesting to have them interview me. What's up, Art West? How you doing, man? It was interesting. A lot of you got to see who I was, what I look like. I know I don't show myself on my channels as much. I'm deciding whether I'm gonna start showing my face more often. But for now, I'm just doing it how I usually do it. If you want to see what I look like, you can go and see. You can go and see the Gunners Collective video, and you can see my handsome, beautiful face. But yeah, man, what you guys think of the interview? If you guys seen it, it was pretty fun. You feel me? It was a good interview. Thanks, white boy. Yeah, thanks, man. Saludo from Watsonville. What's up, Watson in the house? Yeah, it was a good interview. I thought it was cool, man. They asked me some questions that I couldn't totally answer. Like, they asked me a lot about what's going on now in Oakland with gangs and stuff like that. But yeah, remember, bro, I'm old and I'm out of the loop. I'm not in it like that anymore. You feel me? When I was young, yeah, I hung around with a lot of guys who were out there living that crazy life, that vida loca. You feel me? So I knew a lot of things that were going on in the streets. But now, I'm far away from any of that stuff. So to me, I couldn't really answer who's active out there, who's not active, and what gangs are out there, and who's fighting, because I really don't know. I mean, I wasn't fucking around with them. I just really didn't know. You feel me? And that's why I couldn't really answer that question when they asked me who's out there active, who's fighting now, are Border Brothers still around, are Norteños still around. It's like, I don't know, bro. I really don't know who's out there these days. I mean, I'm in Oakland all the time, but, you know, that logo goes crazy, Brody. Thanks, brother. Is KMT still around? I have no clue. I remember them. That was like a tagging crew, right? I remember hearing about KMT, ASK, UNC, I think was another one called Under No Control. But I'm not sure. I don't even know if they have tagging crews like that around anymore, like they did back in the 90s. Yeah, tagger. Yeah, there was a lot of taggers in the 90s, bro. There was a lot of tagging crews back then. And they had those fools that were like tag bangers. What's up, brother? ABC Oakland. What's going down? But yeah, man, overall, though, it was a good interview. They told me they wanted to interview me for one because this is undisputable. I am one of the first Chicanos Raza on YouTube. And number two, they wanted to do something a little different than just the typical criminal, violent, ex-con aspect of what they normally talk about. I seen a BB tag yesterday. Yeah. I seen hella Norteño graffiti the other day, and I seen a lot of Southside graffiti too in Oakland the other day. I was out there. I noticed it. It was like a couple days after the interview I noticed it. But yeah, man, but yeah, they asked me about what's going on today with the gangs now, who's active, but I couldn't really answer that because I really just don't know. You feel me? I just don't know who's out there these days. My ears aren't on the street like that, like they used to be. But yeah, man, back to what Art Best was saying. I remember when there used to be a lot of them out there, the Tigers. Did you get to go to any Raiders game? No, I never got to go to a Raiders game, unfortunately. Well, look, I was never a huge Raiders fan. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I just wasn't. I was a huge A's and Warriors fan, so I went to hella Warriors and A's games. But unfortunately, I do regret not ever getting to go to a Raiders game, man. I heard they were fun. I had a lot of homies who used to go all the time to them, but I never got to go to one. You know what I mean? But yeah, I wasn't the biggest Raiders fan, unfortunately. I was a big A's and Warriors fan growing up. Those were like my teams right there. And I went to hell of them teams, Warriors and A's games. Press the like button if you guys are joining me. You never got to go to any of the games? I went to a lot of A's games and Warriors games for sure. Press the like button if you're following me like that. They won't hate on this live feed. And yeah, man. So what's up with everybody? Hopefully you guys enjoyed that interview. Did a little something different on Comics Perspective. You know what I mean? They featured your boy Jose on Oakland Latinos United, the first Latino on YouTube, the first Raza on YouTube, and that's undisputable. Maybe knocked up first, the actual first, but one of the first for sure in the early years of YouTube. It's just crazy how YouTube in the 2000s was what's up El Quintanilla. It's just crazy how in the YouTube in the 90s. Yeah, I went to hella A's games too, but in the 90s YouTube was a totally different world than it is today. I mean, it was totally different. Like I told Rojo, it was like the Wild Wild West. You feel me? This is random, but have you seen the Ariano Felix appearance on Letterman show? Yeah, I did see that, and I seen that by accident actually. That was a trip. The Plight of the Bay, first but unrecognized. Yeah, man. I was one of the first, and you got to give credit where credit's due, man. And I'm not trying to say that I'm the best or nothing like that. I'm just recognize game. That's all I'm asking. You feel me? But yeah, I seen that video where Letterman filmed one of the Felix brother. YouTube was around in the 90s. No, it wasn't. 1987. My mom worked at the Coliseum, so I would go free. Just sat in the bleachers. Oh yeah, I remember. YouTube was not around in the 90s. Not that I know of. Didn't it start in like 2005 or something like that? Yeah, I remember the original bleachers for sure. No, not nine. Maybe I accidentally said 90s. I meant early 2000, like the 2000s, because it started in 2005, I think, YouTube or six, and this channel was already on there in 2007. So if I said 90s, my bad. The internet was around in the 90s, but it wasn't popular like it is now. I mean, the internet was like in its infancy in the 90s. You feel me? But yeah. Actually, the crazy thing is, I've been tech savvy for a long time because I had the internet early on, before a lot of people. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was the first dude in my barrio, in my hood, to have the internet. You know what I mean? I had the internet in 1998, and the only reason I had the internet was because I had a brother who used to work for a computer company, and he let us have a PC. And my sister kept bugging us to put the internet, so we went halves on the internet, and that was like 1998. I was one of the first families in the hood to have the internet. Not very many Rasta back then had it, bro. Not a lot. And that was about 1998 for sure. But YouTube started 2005, I think. And you guys could look it up, but I think it was '05, maybe '06. But I was telling Rojo, like, when I first got on YouTube and really explored it, it tripped me out because it really was an open forum for all kinds of docs. You know what I mean? What's up, D Flores? There were white nationalists on YouTube. It's hard to believe. Is that Pinche AOL way? Who's that? Yeah, AOL. Yep, that was way back. I think we had AOL, but there was white nationalists on YouTube. There was black nationalists on YouTube. There were, all kinds of like different channels where they were speaking on all kinds of different things, conspiracy theories, politics, right wingers, left wingers, you know what I mean? Probably gay rights type people, I don't remember very many feminists, but I'm sure they probably were around. Hey, what's up, City of Trees? How you doing out there in Sakura? But YouTube was like the wild, wild west. Hey, City of Trees, did you see my interview on Comics Perspective? But there was all kinds of like different things on YouTube, and there was also a lot of atheists on YouTube, like the Amazing Atheist. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. He's actually still around. T.J. Kirk and various others, man. And I would watch all these videos, and I'd be like, damn, is there Raza doing this stuff? So I really would explore to see if there was other Latinos um, doing like talking about Raza issues, and I could barely find any. I mean, very few. Like you could count them. The few that were out there. Saludos, homeboy. It's your Manny Fresh slash town slash Oxnard Khalifa. What's up, brother? Manny Fresh. Aren't you the dude that used to kick it on E7 back in the days? I knew a Manny Fresh in Oakland. Nah, I didn't see it. The one with MLG and Norteño. Yeah, with Gunner and oh, you're from Quince. Órale. No, I did one with Gunner and Rojo from Comics Perspective. But look, back to what I was saying. Like in the early years of YouTube, I looked around and I could not find any Chicano, any raza. I'm way too saucy. I'm not like fat and saucy, yes. But I'm fat, but I'm not saucy like him. I'm saucy in my own way. But there just was no raza. And I could only find one dude named Apologetic Mexican. Unapologetic Mexican. And I found a dude named Naui. And another dude who else? I found a gay dude from Washington D.C. who was Peruvian, but he was more about immigrants' rights issues. And that was about the only Latinos Raza I could find on YouTube, bro. And I was like, damn, I need to start something out because there's no Raza doing none of this. So I began making this channel and I started putting videos out there. IDK, how your channel isn't bigger. I know, bro. Yeah, I'll get to that, why my channel isn't bigger. Partly that's my fault, bro. Yeah, I started making videos about Raza topics. For a while I was scared to talk about gang topics because I was just like, I didn't want hey, what's up, Cepeda? I didn't want I didn't want no one to come back at me with like, why are you talking on those issues? You know what I mean? So I didn't talk about them for a minute, but then eventually I said, you know what, I gotta talk about these issues because, yeah, 10,000K, yeah, we'll work up to that, but it was like we have to have these discussions. So I started talking slowly about Norte Sur, about not so much about what it is, but more about the consequences of living that lifestyle. I was talking about politics. I was talking about what's it mean to be a Chicano, and there are various things. But the reason why my channel didn't grow is partly my fault. Because early on, I didn't push it like I should have. I could have made my videos better. I could have edited them. I could have put more different content. But I chose not to. And when YouTube first started monetizing channels, I didn't take advantage of that either. And then I dropped out. So you could call me a dropout in a way, because I dropped out of YouTube for like 5 years, and the channel just sat there for like 5 years, almost 5 years. You know what I mean? All Oakland Latinos should subscribe to your channel. Yeah, for sure. All Bay Area Latinos like that. And Latinos from, hell, LA too. When I came from Sud, homies that embraced me were 15 because they were really paisad out. Really? They were paisad out? I don't remember that. I remember the homies on 15 were very cholo looking when I was growing up. At least when I was a youngster, they were like straight cholos, like Ben Davis, like what's his name would say, all cholo down, going boom, 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 boom. I'm 18 with a bullet. That's how I remember them. Chalino Sanchez. Oh yeah, I knew some homies from Oakland with Chalino Sanchez and stuff like that. But yeah, man, but I dropped out of YouTube for like almost 4 years, almost 5 years, bro. And I didn't do anything. The channel just sat dormant. And I had, I did other things in life. I started learning music until I watched a dude named Famous Wolf from Sacramento, and he was doing when you're doing a live stream cruise. I'll do one again soon, but um there was a dude named Famous Wolf from Sacramento. I think he's originally from Sajo, but he stays out in Sac. He was doing like videos on Chicano topics. This had to have been about 2016. And there was another dude named Chicano Experience, and it was spelled Chicano with an X. And those guys, I really liked what they were doing. I actually happened to see them at work because I used to work at a job. Uh, I used to work at a job where I was on the computer a lot. So sometimes I was doing a project and I would be listening to a YouTube video while I was working on something. And I started listening to Famous Wolf and Chicano Experience. And those guys kind of made me want to do it again. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, I like what they're doing. So I reached out to Famous Wolf and he actually interviewed me. So there's actually another interview about me on YouTube. You can find it. Look up Famous Wolf, Oakland Latinos United. And that was an interview back in 2016, I want to say, or 15. And not too long after that, I started the YouTube channel. But because I had dropped out of YouTube for a while, that messed me up, man, on my subscribers and all that stuff. And I've been slowly building it up. And I've been trying to really blow it up this last year and a half. So hopefully we could blow this channel up. But yeah, early days of YouTube, like homies were saying, was pretty dope, man. It was like I said, it was the Wild Wild West. There were no commercials, there was no fucking censorship, none of that stuff. Like I said, there used to be white supremacists on fucking YouTube back then. And no lie, I seen them with my own eyes. They used to talk about they hate black people and brown people and they hate race mixing and white power. I swear to freaking God, those people were real on YouTube at one point. That's how crazy YouTube used to be early on. You know what I mean? And there used to be a lot of blacks too. They were like black nationalists. They were like black power and black people should do this and do that. There was a lot of those too on YouTube back then. But like I said, there wasn't much raza, man. Really, I think like the raza that really pushed YouTube have been the prison channels and the ex-cons and the ex-cholos. They're really the ones that are putting a raza presence on YouTube. Really, I mean, why deny it? For whatever reason, the Chicano intellectuals like me slept on it. And I don't get why. That's the thing. There's only been very few of us out there, really, that are not, necessarily thugs or gangsters. Very few. Is the golden age for Chicanos. Yeah, man. Somebody asked me about a fight. Did you watch the Diaz fight? I heard about it. I heard that he was the first Mexicano in the UFC. But yeah, man, this channel, this channel's old school. Where can I find the interview you did? Go to Convicts Perspective. Look up a Convicts Perspective Oakland Latinos United. It should be on there, or Oakland Latinos Unidos, or you could go to my community thing on my channel, and I linked it on there also. Have you noticed your channel grew lately? In subscriptions, it grew. It's almost at 2,000. But yeah, man. But the early years of YouTube were cool. But that's pretty much what happened, man. You know what I mean? So did anybody watch the video I did earlier about the 12-year-old who was shot in Maxwell Park? You'd have to ask City of Trees that. Hey, City of Trees, someone said, is it true that there's Bloods in Sacramento? I'm not from Sac, so I don't know. There used to be, I guess, back in the days. But anybody hear about that story? Yeah, man, that 12-year-old that got shot in Maxwell Park area over there by High Street. You feel me? Raza, they were stealing their catalytic converter. I talked a little bit about it early on. There have been a lot of thefts of catalytic converters. And hey, those catalytic converters are expensive. If you get one stolen, that shit costs $1,000 on up to replace. You know what I mean? And yeah, I guess they were stealing one from a car in the Maxwell Park area of East Oakland, over there by High Street. And uh, yeah, they I guess the family of the car that was getting stolen threw a rock and a chair at the thieves, and they shot back and hit a 12-year-old kid. Somebody said it's mostly Knox. Yeah, Knox, JCAX, scumbags. Yep, watch out, they steal them Pyros cacks. Yeah. My brother he has a Honda Accord. He got his stolen from the fucking Concord flea market in broad daylight, bro. Tell me that ain't a bitch, man. At the Concord flea market in broad daylight. Probably some tweaking ass white dude. You know, there's hella tweakers out there. You feel me? But yeah, that was messed up, bro. And yeah, that shit is no joke. I heard about some Paisa got killed recently because he went under a car to steal a catalytic converter, and the car fell on him and killed his stupid ass. You feel me? I don't feel sorry for him. You shouldn't have been out there trying to fucking jack a catalytic converter. Your ass will still be alive. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You feel me? I just don't have sympathy for idiots, man. I don't. I'm sorry. I know that's fucked up, but if you're out there doing stupid shit, you gotta learn that there's consequences to this shit. You feel me? That's just how it is. No, I don't think it was in Oakland. I think it was either like out there somewhere in the East Bay, or maybe Concord, maybe Antioch, somewhere out that way, I think. But yeah, some dumbass. He was like a bicep dude. You feel me? But yeah, it's no different than when they used to steal Melissa, first Mexican American on Saturday Night Live. Melissa Villaseñor? Really? They never had no other Mexicans before on Saturday Night Live? But yeah, it's just crazy, man. Those catalytic converters ain't no joke. The world is a better place without these type of fools. I'm telling you. Too many JCats, too many locals out there, man. Way too many, bro. Too many people that just don't know how to act. Did anybody see that video that I shared on my story on my IG page, where it was like at a sideshow on Hangenberger, I think, in Oakland? I think someone told me it was last Friday night, too. And then some dude shot some other vato in the leg. Yeah, it is 12,000 for that part. It's no joke, man. It's just as much as work as your car, which sucks. But yeah, did anybody see that video? Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. That fool shot that fool in the leg, man. That's crazy, man. It's just I mean, maybe he didn't want to kill him. That's why he aimed at his leg. But man, these fools just do not. For one, they don't know how to act. For two, these fools are afraid to catch a fade. You know what I mean? And that's why they shoot each other, because they're afraid to catch a fade. They're afraid to throw down, so they pull out the guns and want to shoot. It's like, why you gonna start a fight if you can't fight, dude? One dude barely reacted, turned and walked slowly away. Yeah, I seen that. I seen another angle of that video. But yeah, I think that was up there on Hangenberger, I think, by the Coliseum, kind of. If they can't catch a fade, it isn't really worth it. Yeah, man, but I mean, like, I guess because a lot of dudes don't know how to fight. And look, I can't fight that well anymore. I'm fucking fat and out of shape. So for me, it's like, I don't want to catch a fade because I don't know if I'm gonna get my ass whooped or not. All I'm gonna do is try to defend myself as best I can. So I don't go out there starting shit with anybody. You feel me? But none of his folks had a scrap. I don't know. I heard like gunshots after the dude ran away, so I don't know if that was the dude's folks shooting back at him. But it's just crazy, bro. Like me, even I can admit, I'm fat and overweight. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm 250 pounds right now. I'm trying to get down to 200 pounds. I got to 220 and I got fucking fat again. But I'm out of shape, man. And I know that with a dude who's in shape, it's gonna be hard for me to beat him. He's probably gonna get the best of me. I might get in a few blows, but I'm not in shape to fight anymore. You know what I mean? Some dude last week at Bayfair parking lot, bro, they like jacked up a car and stole someone's catalytic. Yeah, I believe it, bro. Like I said, my brother's car got his stolen at the fucking Concord flea market in broad daylight, man. But back to what I was saying, I'm a big dude. I mean, I could probably throw down if I have to, but I'm big and out of shape, so I'm not gonna try to fight someone if I know he's gonna kick my ass. It just is what it is. Yeah, bro, metabolism does suck. I wasn't big like this when I was. How old is Jose? I am 43 years old. 43. I was born in 1977 at Highland Hospital in the heart of East Oakland. But yeah, man, nah, I was born in 43, so I mean in 7. My dad was born in 41, not 43. But uh, I'm 43 and I was born in 1977. Way too saucy. Way too saucy. Just don't call me fat and saucy. I'm not. I'm not that big. I could walk. We the same age. Orale, MacArthur. Hey, MacArthur, I might head out to the town tomorrow. I might do a quick little video in front of Do I know MC Man? I don't know him personally, but I know who he is and I know his music for sure. I actually know his dad, bro. I know his dad, Samuel. Well-known person in the community as well. His dad. But yeah, that's dope. I want to go film in front of the NEL Center. We were talking about NEL the other day, about Centro de Juventud. A lot of history in that place, man. It's crazy that no one in Oakland remembers that place. Anybody out there from the town, do you remember NEL? NEL Centro de Juventud up there on Galindo and Fruitvale? Come on, man. I know you guys used to kick it there, man. You feel me? Yeah, I'm going to do one in front of there. Nobody remembers NEL? It said MacArthur Productions. I'm surprised. All right, MacArthur Productions. Do you remember the Fruitvale Playhouse? Over there on Farnham and Fruitvale, the old little kiddie theater where they used to play all the kids' movies. I know someone got to remember that. That's old school. You used to kick it there where? At the NEL? Yeah, I used to kick it at the NEL when I was a kid, bro, and when I was a teenager, too. My brothers and sisters used to kick it there a lot, too, back in the 80s. But that was like the spot. Like, if you were a Chicano in Oakland, that was like the spot to kick it at. You feel me? Was NEL. Or the Fruitvale Playhouse. Like, if you were a little kid from the hood, from the Fruitvale area, everyone went to the Fruitvale Playhouse to watch movies back in the days. But yeah, man, I've been doing this YouTube thing, man, for about 13 years already, bro. Well, let me see. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. About 14 years now. I've been doing it. Oakland Latinos United has existed 14 years already, man. It's crazy. I can't believe it's been that long already. And I'm still on here, bro. I haven't gone nowhere. You know what I mean? But I want to ask you guys a question real quick. I want to change the topic a little bit. Because I know that lately, and I got 13 people on here. Hopefully we could get a little more. But I have a question. Um, I have a question about identity. And I'm just curious what you guys identify as. You know, in the United States, we get classified as a lot of things. We're Hispanic, we're Latinos, we're Mexicans, we're Chicanos. You know what I mean? Um, oh, you lived on Fruitvale School Street? Yeah, I know. That's the top of Fruitvale. I know exactly where that's at. You know what I mean? There's people that are indigenous. Now they're trying to bring up Latinx. I'm just curious, what do you self-identify as? Are you Chicano? Are you Latinx? Are you Latino? Are you Mexican? Are you Salvadorian? Are you, you know what I mean? What are you? What do you consider yourself? I see someone said indigenous. Cepeda said Chicano. California Soul said Chicano. I just checked out your interview right quick. Orale. Now you got to see my beautiful face, City of Trees. El más hermoso on YouTube. Nah, that's dope. A lot of people from the town are Chicano. You're Mexican, Chicano native. That's right. What do you guys think about the Spanish side? And I'm just curious. Hondureño, Cacacho in the house. But what do you guys think about the Spanish side? And be real with me. Do you think the Spanish were bad people? Do you think the Spanish were fucked up? Do you care for Spanish people at all? You feel me? What do you think about Spain? You know what I mean? Spain is actually a very diverse country as I research it. You know what I mean? There's Andalusians, which they're the southern Spaniards. There's the Basque people on the north. There's Catalanes. There's Castellanos. And I'm just curious, what do you guys think about the Spaniards? And no, I'm not trying to hype up the fucking Spaniards whatsoever. But what do you guys think about them? You know what I mean? I don't know much about the modern day Spanish people because I've never been to Spain and I've met very few Spaniards. But obviously the Spaniards of the past, you know what I mean? The ones that came during the colonial times, Hernan Cortez and all those guys, you know what I mean? What was that? Junipero Serra and all those guys from the past, you know what I mean? We know what they did. They came over, they forced their religion on us, which was the Catholic religion. They destroyed our civilizations. They killed and raped a lot of our ancestors. They forced us to speak Spanish. And, we retained a lot of the indigenous stuff in Mexico regardless. We still have it in us, whether we want to accept it or not. But, you know what I mean? The Spaniards of the past were definitely fucked up. That's my take on it. As far as the Spaniards of today, the modern day ones, I mean, I'm sure they still have racist views towards us, but I can't really make an opinion about them because I haven't met too many. I met a couple Spaniards here and there, and the ones I met were actually pretty nice. But as far as like, do I have an opinion on them as a whole? I really don't know. A lot of Raza has European blood, and just look at all your friends, you can tell. No, I'm not denying. I drove through Oakland right quick recently on Fruitvale. Oh yeah, what'd you think about it? You probably thought of me, fool. I don't hate Spanish, met a couple, they're cool. Yeah, I mean, I met a lot of Spaniards that were cool, and I don't deny that we're mestizos. You know what I mean? That we have Spanish and indigenous blood, and even black blood. You know what I mean? That's where La Raza Cósmica came from Jose Vasconcelos. If they look like Portuguese or racist, nah, I can't say it. I was like, where's the homie? What'd you think of Fruitvale City of Trees? What it looked like, Little Tijuana? But, yeah, Portuguese are not racist because some of them are, but a lot of Portuguese have been mixed with Raza and with black. And look at Brazil. Brazil, they're like super mestizos. They're black, they're Portuguese, they're indigenous. I have some European blood. Argentinians tend to be hated on experience, kind of weird white hippies. You know where I seen a lot of Argentinians was in Mexico City. When I was in El DF, there was a lot of Argentinians, a shitload of Argentinos in in um in Mexico City in El DF, bro. Your mom is Mexican and your dad is me. I don't get it. Mexican me, but me, I'm half Salvadorian and I'm half Mexican. My mom is from Michoacan, Mexico, but she grew up in Tijuana. Uh, my kids to the Mission Dolores. Oh yeah, on my mom's side, my dad is Mexican and black. Oh okay, okay. Um, so on my mom's side, I'm she's from Michoacan, but she grew up in Tijuana. Uh, as far as I could tell, I haven't done any research I haven't done any DNA research yet, but from what I was told, we might have Spanish blood, a little bit of German blood, and and the Purepecha blood from Michoacan. And my grandfather was very light skinned and he had green eyes, colored eyes. My mom was very light skinned. Now, from my dad's side, from what I was told, again, I don't have DNA proof to prove this. On my dad's side, from El Salvador, my dad from a place called Cabañas. And Cabañas is close to the border with Honduras. It's like, I would say it's like the eastern side of El Salvador. And my dad told me we had family in both Honduras and on the El Salvador side of the border. But what my dad told me, which was interesting, is something that it's a trip. You need to go to Bakersfield. I've never been to Bakersfield. I was in Fresno recently, but Trujillo, Honduras. I've tried pollo catracho before. That shit's hella good. But from what my dad told me, he told me that his grandfather, my grandfather's dad, which would have been my grandfather, he told me that his grandfather was a Spanish Portuguese gypsy, if you believe that, man. And he met him. He said he was an actual gypsy, like one of those guys that traveled in a caravan and he had a wife that told fortunes, like literally one of those kind of people. Now, I don't know how true that is. It could be bullshit, but according to my dad, he said he actually met him and he was a real bona fide gypsy, or what they call a Roma person. You feel me? I like to eat. Did a good job with him. Shouts out to Humboldt. Take care. I'm out. Take care, man. I like Humboldt County. But according to, I've been out there. It's really cool out there. But according to my dad, my great grandfather was a Roma, or a gypsy, a full blooded gypsy person. So, and my grandma, she was a Lenca, which is a tribe, a Mayan based tribe that has actually roots in Colombia, if you know the history. And they're on in El Salvador, and they're in Honduras. You did a good job with them. Oh, gracias, bro. But yeah, man, that's according to the history. I got Portuguese, Spanish, Gypsy, and Lenca blood, and possibly Pipil blood too, which is another tribe in El Salvador. Now, I would love to take a DNA test to find out if this is all true, but that's what I've been told. And if you want to know what I consider myself a Chicano. And the reason I consider myself a Chicano is because I grew up in a Chicano culture, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm going to take an ancestry test for sure. But when I was growing up in Oakland, the Chicano thing, like I told Comics Perspective, was a lot bigger then. You remember, this is the 80s, early 90s, you know what I mean? People were more big into the Chicano thing back then. You feel me? Exactly, Chicano culture. It's watered down like everybody says. Yeah, so back then the Chicano culture was a lot bigger. Now, you know what I mean? Oakland's culture's been mixed with all kinds of stuff. Now there's like a mixture of the Chicano and black and Oakland, and there's a little bit of everything all smushed into one thing in Oakland now. But back then, it seemed like the Chicano thing was a lot bigger. Everything is watered down now. Yeah, that's what they say. Hey, City of Trees, you said you were on Fruitvale. What did you think of it? I'm curious. Did you see a lot of like Mexican businesses? Exactly. A lot of culture gets watered down with time. Yeah, Chicano was a lightweight word, a taboo word back in the days, way back. But I consider myself a Chicano because I grew up in that era. I grew up in the era where there were still a lot of the Chicano people from the 60s, from the Chicano Power movement. You know, the Chicano Power type of people were still around. And the youngsters were still wearing khakis and still driving lowriders and still acting like Chicanos, like in Children of Violence or in The Principal, if you guys ever seen any of those. You know, that was like more of the style back then. Even into the 90s, it was still like that. Until about the mid 90s is when it started really changing. And I consider, even though I'm half Salvadorian, where are you from? In Oakland, I'm from Fruitvale, East 7th Street. That's where I grew up, all around that area. But East 7th Street, but I lived all around there. Yeah, it's cool, but I just cruised through real quick. Orale. Well, next time you're out here, bro, hit me up. Hit me up on the IG if you got IG. Private message me. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Yeah, I remember Connie's Fish. Hell yeah, over there on a 30, not 30, on Foothill over there, but kind of like 38. Does Berkeley have a barrio? You're gonna have to show the homie around one day. Yeah, man. Hit me up, private message on the IG if you're on IG. Now, Berkeley still kind of has a barrio, but it's watered down and gentrified. But Westside Berkeley, you know what I mean? Westside Berkeley is the barrio of Berkeley. How was it where you grew up? It was cool. It was fun. It was crazy, but it was fun. You from East 7, yeah? Originally, I'm from East 7, but I've been everywhere. Yeah, of course I heard the brown skin artists. Big Chuco and Mr. Bago from Westside Berkeley. What was the name of the market on High Street by the AutoZone? You're talking about Los Mexicanos Market? That's the one I remember. And then where the AutoZone is, that used to be, no, by the AutoZone. What was the name of wait, hold on. Not AutoZone. You're talking about O'Reilly's. But yeah, you're probably talking about Los Mexicanos Market. That's the old school market right there. I didn't know Oakland had Chicano culture before I started watching your videos. I'll wait to go live and run up on you. I'll wait till you go live and run up on you. Hit me up with, like I said, 9th Street used to be the Northern Hood. Yeah, man. I want to go back to the town and take the Jacka. Yeah, the Jacka mural's over there on 96, I think, in MacArthur. I know where it's at. I took a picture in front of it once. But yeah, if anyone wants to get a hold of me privately, hit me up. Don't be afraid to hit me up on a private message on IG. But yeah, White Boy, I think that was White Boy that said it. Yeah, Oakland used to have a strong Chicano culture back in the days, bro. In my era, when I was a youngster, El Zamorano, yep, El Zamorano. But yeah, well, someone asked me what was it like growing up on East 7th Street. It was cool. It was a little violent. You know, you started having gangs in that area and drug. There was a lot of drug dealers too. A lot of Mexicanos that were selling dope. There was like a lot of paisas that were like balling in that neighborhood. And then of course you had Fat Tone too. You feel me? Caca Boy, who's that? I have no idea who the fuck that is. Dwight Schrute. This motherfucker think he's in the office now. But yeah, it was cool. You had a lot of, not so much of the gang stuff. There was a lot of drug dealers there back in the days. West Side Berkeley, yeah, there was a lot of West Side. The West Side Berkeley was basically the barrio of Berkeley, man. Yep, Ninth and Shannon, they would ride into Richmond and Easter Hill fools. Yeah, back in the days, them West Side Berkeley cats were deep. Someone told me there used to be Sureños in South Berkeley. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. Yeah, there was some East 7 dudes on there. There was a documentary about East 7th Street many years ago in the 90s, I remember. Berkeley still got hella norteños. There's still fools that rep it, but there's not that much raza in Berkeley like there used to be. There's not even that many blacks in Berkeley like it used to be. Yeah, I remember Easter Hill. I know an OG from Easter Hill. My Nina called me Caca Boy as a kid. Yeah, I met an OG from Easter Hill. He's hella cool, bro. He's out here in out there in Richmond. He's hella cool. I heard South Berkeley used to have BBs. They might have, bro. They might have. BBs were in San Leandro at one point, I remember too, back in the days. Because my cousin, my nephew grew up in San Leandro, and he told me there was a lot of BBs out there when he was out there. But yeah, man. Yeah, but Berkeley, man, like, Berkeley's been gentrified badly, bro. When I was a kid, there was a lot of blacks in Berkeley, a lot of hippies. Wasn't there a Norteño in Sobranic Park? I don't know if there was a Northern Hood in Sobranic Park. There might have been, but I'm not sure. A lot of Morenos when I was growing up. There was a lot of blacks in Sobranic Park when I was younger. Like, Brookfield, Sobranic Park was, like, mostly black. Yeah, the majority of the raza in Berkeley lived in the west side for sure. Oh yeah, I heard of Hot Boy Weeds. I seen he made a video on East 15th, right there on 23rd and East 15th. But yeah, yeah, West Side Berkeley is the old barrio of Berkeley for sure. South Berkeley is where the blacks used to be. You know, there used to be a lot of African Americans in that part. I used to listen to him a lot. Yeah, I never heard a lot of his stuff. I heard about him. I seen that music video he did on East 15th a while back. I think he did it with some dudes from Sacramento, if I remember right. Yeah, Richmond is already mostly raza. I got family in Richmond. I go out there all the time. It's a lot of raza out there. A lot. Half of the city probably. At this point, it's probably half or more. You did a good job with them. With who? With Comics Perspective, with Rojo and Flaco, with Gunner, Menudo Time, Sauce, in that fashion. It's funny how Gunner has become like this character for the Northerners in YouTube. It's funny, but it's cool, man. It's cool that one of our raza, for Northern California is doing something. You feel me? Putting it out there. I heard blacks complain about how Mexicans took over. Huh? It is what it is. You can't stop it. You can't stop us from coming here, man. So they can complain all they want. Ain't nothing gonna change. You feel me? This ain't the 1980s no more. That's all I can say. I've heard in Oakland too. I've heard blacks say, "Oh, all these Mexicans are taking over Oakland. All these Asians too." But this used to be Mexico, so what can you do? You feel me? We share a border with the United States, so it's Mexico shares a border, so it's inevitable. We're gonna be here. You know what I mean? And then blacks don't realize that the reason they're not the majority anymore is because they don't migrate to California anymore like they used to. You feel me? Like in the old days, yeah, there were a lot of blacks in the Bay Area and in Sac and in other cities because they would migrate a lot towards these ways from the south, but that's not happening anymore. Now the people that are migrating are Asians and Latinos. You feel me? So that's why their community is not that big anymore in the Bay Area. And then, because of the gentrification, a lot of them left, to other areas. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, when I was younger, I would go to Richmond sometimes, and it was pretty. Yeah, it was a lot of African Americans then. There was a lot of Raza too, though. Don't get me wrong. Even back in the '90s, there was a lot of Raza in Richmond, but there were still a lot of blacks out there for sure. The black community in Richmond was still pretty big, and it was big in Oakland. Obviously, Oakland, it was they had almost majority. You feel me? At one point. But like I always tell people, there was always Rasa in Oakland, regardless of who was majority or who wasn't. We were always there, so it's not like we ain't been there. It's no different than Sacramento or Stockton or everywhere else. Richmond is Compton North. Why? Because there's a lot of Southsiders out there. At least that's what they say. But yeah, man, Richmond's cool though. I go out there all the time. Like I said, I got family out in Richmond. It's cool. I never had no problems in Richmond really. Only maybe once. One time some Southsider tried to hit me up. And I was doing political work. Can you believe that? I was actually campaigning for Raza and this dumbass Cholo hit me up. Nah, because it used to be a black city. It used to be a black city what, 30 years ago? 40 years ago maybe? You know what I mean? It was a black city many, many years ago, bro. You're talking 40 years ago, 30 years ago. Not even 20. You can't even say 20 years ago, because 20 years ago, I was in Richmond a lot, and there was hella rats already in Richmond. You've been hit up by Southsiders in the North. I've been in the North before. I remember the North used to be all black, like some good 20 years ago. The LA copycat, someone said. Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about the politics of Richmond, but for whatever reason, they gravitated towards the South Side. But I think I met some Norteños from out there, from Richmond. I met a few. I met some from San Pablo too before. But I actually met a few Norteños that were from Richmond as well. They do exist. I don't know how deep they are. Norteños. We got a hater on here. Come on, dude. Why you tripping off that gang stuff? Calling people Snorteños. You know? Before you try to say anything about me, I'm not a Norteño or a Sureño. I actually have family and friends that are Sureños. And I have family and friends that are Norteños. So before you try to come and troll saying, oh, I'm a Norteño, I'm not a Norteño and I'm not a Sureño. You know what I mean? But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, the RST, they've been around a long time. I think there was another one called VFL too, because my brother told me about them. There's SSL and Big Block Hit Breaks. You wouldn't go up there and disrespect. What about Cuddy Boy? I don't know Cuddy Boy. I heard that name. Me too. I have family and childhood friends. Yeah, I got family in Richmond, bro. I go to Richmond all the time. Nobody tell me nothing in Richmond. And I don't go out there disrespecting or acting like I'm anything. Did you talk to Flacco? Did you talk to Flacco? No, I didn't talk to Flacco. I talked to Rojo. Rojo and Gunner. Gunner was on there. And again, just because Gunner and Rojo, have you seen those hood chips they made, the Dirty 30s, the Hog logo? No, where did they make that at? I remember back in the days there was a mural in the park, the Cesar Chavez Park. They used to say Dirty 30s. You feel me? That was way back. I don't think they're even there anymore. But yeah, I talked to Gunner and Rojo. You know, they were cool. They were cool. I got to talk to them afterwards, and we talked a little bit about some things. And yeah, they were cool, cool folks, man. You know, like I said, the whole point of me being on there was basically to talk about how I was one of the first Latino raza on here. You feel me? The whole Bay Area is getting gentrified bad. Yeah, man, it's bad. It's really bad. Especially San Francisco. Man, I was in the Mission yesterday, bro. Man, there's so many white folks out there now. I mean, there's still raza, but man, there's so many white folks in the Mission. Too many, man. It's a trip. You know, Hunters Point still, there's still blacks and there's a lot of Rasa and Asians in Hunters Point now. I guess a lot of the people that got gentrified out of the Mission, a lot of them moved to Hunters Point. And there's still a lot lingering in you still find a lot of Rasa and Asians in I mean working class Asians in Excelsior area, Mile Hood, San Jose was all Rasa, now it's all Indians. I believe it, bro. Happened in East Austin. There are condos everywhere. Yeah, I've been to East Austin. I seen that. I've been to East Austin before. 98, a lot. I see a lot of Rasa out there now. I don't know about white folks, maybe Asians, but a lot of Rasa out there in 98 in Oakland in the deep. Just in general in the deep, there's a lot of Rasa out there. I have to say, compared to how I remember it back in the days, you should do an interview with Speedy Loke's son. You know what? Speedy Loke's son hit me up on one of the comments. And again, like I tell everybody, hit me up on private message on my IG page and we could talk there. You feel me? But hey, if he's down to interview, I'm down to interview him. You feel me? But yeah, he did hit me up on IG on a message. But yeah, like the thing about us as Rasa, we gotta get smart because I noticed that this is something that I'll tap you in every 10 years, and right now it's been 10 years since the last recession. Um, Tell him to hit me up on my IG, bro. If you know him, he hit me up on a comment the other day, so I told him to hit me up on the IG on private message. Hey, it's all good. I would love to interview him, bro. But oh yeah, I heard about something about a shooting out there. But every 10 years the market goes down, and I'm not sure why. There's something that happens that the prices go down every 10 years. This is the way we bought this house where I'm at. We bought this house during the foreclosure era when a lot of houses got foreclosed on. My dad, I went halves on it with him. We bought this house. He put something on it, and we ended up buying this house right here where I stay at. And every 10 years, bro, you guys should look at the market because houses go down. Yeah, I heard Sacramento. I remember when Sacramento was cheap because I lived in Sacramento for like 3 years and it used to be dirt cheap out there. This is what, like 92, 93 when I lived out there. And yeah, I heard it's getting pretty bad, bro. I have a niece that lives out there and she told me it's getting really expensive out there. She lives out, used to live in Del Paso Heights. I used to live in South Sac over there by Fruit Ridge and Power End Road. If those of you who know where that's at, I used to live in that area. You know, I lived there for like 3 years. It was cool, you know. I had fun, but I'm from the Bay. I wanted to come back to the Bay. DPH is also getting expensive. Yeah, man. You know, a place that I told my homeboy he should try to buy a house in because the houses there, they're expensive, but they go down in prices in Vallejo. You know what I mean? I like Vallejo. I go out there all the time. If I had money to buy a house, I would buy one there. I'm Puerto Rican as well. Gotta stop hating on each other. I don't see Asians or whites beefing with their own kind like us. Do a AC mob in downtown hustle one. What do you mean? Does AC? I remember AC Mob. Wasn't that like AC Transit Mob back in the days? What's up, Mike Wallace? You like Vacaville? I like Vallejo. Vallejo's a pretty cool town. I was in Vallejo today, in the beat town. I used to live in Vallejo. I lived in Vallejo for about 3 years too. I lived in Sacramento 3 years, and I lived in Vallejo 3 years. So I moved around, bro. You feel me? East Oakland. Are you from Foothill? I don't know if you're probably not talking to me. I'm not from Foothill. I'm from East 7th Street. But yeah, man. I just tell people Fruitvale because that's really where I'm from, the Fruitvale area. But if I could map it down to a street, East 7th Street. From Foothill, are you from Foothill Square? That's way up there by the San Leandro border. What part of Foothill are you from? Puerto Ricans are cool. They don't have the same struggle as Mexicans. Puerto Ricans are cool. The Puerto Ricans, the whole thing with the Puerto Rican thing is because Puerto Rico was taken over by the U.S. They are American citizens, but Puerto Ricans have been discriminated against too, for sure. Especially in the East Coast, in New York, Chicago too, and in the West Coast, I'm sure. Is this a hood channel? Kinda. I guess you could say it's a everything channel. I call it a community channel. That's what I call it because I could talk about some hood shit. I could talk about some intellectual shit. I could talk about some Chicano shit. I could talk about some Mexican shit. I could talk about some music. You know what I mean? It's a community channel from the Bay Area. That's what it is. I have no beef with Mexicans or Latinos. At the end of the day, we are all human. I don't have a beef with anyone, man. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. I'm cool with the brothers. You feel me? I'm cool with with Latinos. I'm cool with Chinos. I'm cool with what I mean. Indians. My ex girlfriend was Indian. I'm cool with anyone. If you cool with me, I'm cool with you. You feel me? I'm battling 1,000 with Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans, the U.S. has U.S. territory. Of course they do, because it's part of the U.S. But Puerto Ricans have been discriminated against for sure. How do you feel about Latinx stuff? Ah, the Latinx stuff. Where do I start? I mean, I get it. I get it to the people that want to identify as Latinx. It's mostly my brother was a band. Yes, he was. But let me go back. I'll come back to that. The Latinx thing, I get it. All right, you know, um, a lot. It goes a lot with the LGBT people, the gay community. They're really the ones that created that because they wanted an inclusion. That's what it goes by. Because in Spanish, there's masculine and there's feminine. And with Latinx, there's an X, meaning it could be all of us, all inclusive. I get it. I see where it's come from. I even see the good it could come from. But I don't know. I guess I just don't care for it much. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people who self-identify as Latinx also say some dumb stuff. So that's kind of what I see it. People of color, what does it say? Hold on, I want to read that comment. It says, people of color will always be some struggle until we see culture and systematic changes. Like I was telling Rojo and Gunner in the interview, I think at the end of the day, if you want to have Norteño and Sureño or Border Brothers unity, there has to be mutual respect. If you want to have black and brown unity, there has to be mutual respect. If you want to have Latino on Latino unity, there has to be mutual respect. That's really what it is at the end of the day. And I have no problems with the gay community either. I have no problem with anybody, really. You know what I mean? Just don't push your stuff on me and we're good. But I don't have no problem with anyone. That's the thing with me. I guess I'm pretty liberal when it comes to that. You feel me? But at the end of the day, it all comes down to respect. And that's just what it is. If we're gonna be like, oh, like okay, say you're a norteño and there's gonna be unity between the sureños and norteños, but you're like, well, yeah, you know, some sureños are cool, but the rest of them are scraps. Or if a sureño is like, well, yeah, some norteños are cool, but the rest of them are chapetes. You know, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't work. There could be no peace. Name Funk will always come back. Yeah, the whole division, man. Did council member Fuentes' son go to the Pinta? I think he did. I think he did. I remember that when his son got arrested for like uh beating up prostitutes. I think even Gunner Flaco Rojo mentioned them one time. Califeros, Californianos, Californios, what they call the OG aristocracy out here. Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there always has to be a mutual respect. You can't expect people to be united in any way if there's not a mutual respect. You know, it's no different. Hey, what's up, Compton? But Compton's in the house. But let's just say black and brown unity. I hear that word thrown around a lot. But at the same time, let's keep it real. There are a lot of Chicanos and Raza that hate black people, and there's a lot of black people that hate Raza. You know what I mean? And if there is no respect between the two communities, how can you have black and brown unity? If a black person looks at a Mexican like, ah, fuck that wetback, I hope they deport him, or if Latino sees a black, it's like, ah, fuck that mayate. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just, how can you have unity if people's mentalities are like that? Like I said, there has to be a mutual respect. And that's the only way you could have any type of unity of any kind. And if you think I'm full of shit, then hey, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm a little older than a lot of you guys, and I've lived through a lot of things. I've been through a lot of things. And, you know what I mean? I seen that respect goes a long way, bro. As far as the funk between Norte and Sud, I don't think they ever stopped gangbanging. Has been a thing since we know. A lot of beef has been going on for generations. I think maybe Norte and Sud. I think Norte and Sud is you know, it's probably always gonna exist, but there can be a mutual respect, man, where Norteños and Sureños aren't killing each other or hating on each other. They've been trying to push in the gay stuff on us at least a few years and get called everything in the book if you disagree. Sac is Maney now. I heard Sacramento's getting crazy. The city of trees, I guess big block means that Sacramento's crime rate is going high the way Oakland and San Francisco and East Palo Alto used to be back in the 90s. And that's not to say there wasn't a big crime rate in Sacramento back in the 90s either, but you got to admit, Oakland and these cities were way more higher in crime back then than they are now. That's a fact. Even the homicide rate in Oakland was 10 times higher than it was in Sacramento back then. Are the Border Brothers still active? I don't know. They might be. Not they used to be in the 90s and early 2000s. What's the biggest Latino gang of all time? The Sureños, probably. Sacramento has the same vibe, culture the Bay had 20 years ago. Maybe. I don't know. I don't kick it in Sacramento much, but I can kind of see. Okay, I will admit, the last time I was in Sacramento, Sacramento seemed more hood than I remember it in the 90s. You know, it was hood in the 90s, don't get me wrong, but it was a little bit more hood now. You ever heard of unspoken funk between East and West in the town back in the days? Yeah, of course. Unfortunately, blacks and Mexicans don't get along in LA and Compton since the early 90s. Someone said Border Brothers are fading. I don't know. Have you been all over the Bay? Yeah, of course I've been all over the Bay. I've been to most of the Bay Area, bro. I've been to Saho. I've been to San Ho, I've been to the Redwood City, East Palo Alto, I've been to San Fran, Marin County, Vallejo, Oakland, Coco County, 925. I just seen a live feed before Shadow, seen a line tracks is kicking some East Oakland knowledge. I seen a live feed before. Oh yeah, yeah. I heard Northerns have moved into the 80s and 90s now. Possibly. You know, it's a trip because the other day when I was buying tacos on 96 in International or East 14th, I did a little short video. There was a dude there who was all flamed up who came up to buy some tacos. So I was like, wow, you wouldn't have seen that back in the days. What's good, Jada? I hope you're having a good weekend. Hey, gracias, homie. Adam. But yeah, man, I seen a dude over there all flamed up, which you would have never seen when I was younger, bro. You would have never seen a dude in the 90s all flamed up. So who knows, bro? You know, like I said, I'm out of the loop, bro. I'm an old man. If it's not about music, if it's not about money, I don't even know. You know, but I never see border anymore. Mostly see Sureños, youngins from the 70s. Yeah, somebody else told me that there'd be Sureños in the 70s. I didn't know that. But yeah, man. It's a trip, though. But yeah, man, it was a pretty good live feed. That hour went by pretty damn quickly, actually, man. So what's up, man? Where everybody from? Before I get off, because I don't ever know anyone from Franklin Boys and Sakura. I met some people when I was out there, but I don't remember their names. But before I get off, because, you know, I'm past the hour mark, throw me your city, throw me your barrio, throw me your hood. Where you from, man? Who's joining us today? Throw your city, throw your barrio, throw your hood, your turf, your block. Throw it, motherfucker. Throw your hood. Don't be afraid. Compton. We got Compton in the house. Where you from? Where y'all from? We got 16 people. Throw your hood. If you from the town, throw your hood. Big Bag East 7th to the stupid 40s like what? You feel me? We got East Oakland, born and raised Highland Hospital, raised in West Berkeley. West Side Berkeley boys, for sure. 28th and Foothill, we got the Murder Doves in the house. Born in Oakland Providence Hospital. I remember Providence. We got Richmond in the house. You feel me? I know City of Trees is from Sakura. What part of Sacramento you from, City of Trees? I forget. Raza de Compton, salute to my northern brothers. Levine, Arizona. We got Arizona in the house. What's up, my homies from Arizona? From Arizona. For sure. So we got the town. We got South Sacramento. We got Turlock. What's up to the homies out in Turlock? Guadalupe 805 Central Coast is in the house. What's up to my gente out there in the Central Coast? I've been out there before. I've been to Paso Robles. I've been to San Luis Obispo. Nice out there. San Leandro, lived on High Street for sure. You feel me? And we got people from all over today. East Oakland raised in the 50s, like what? 50s for sure. Arriba Central America, Guatemala, and El Salvador. Yep, I'm half Salvadorian, so what's up to all my Guanacos? What's up to my Hondureños, Cacachos, Chapines, Colombianos, Boricuas, you feel me? Everybody out there, all my Latino people. We got white boy from the 50s, like what? 50s territory. You feel me? And my mom's from Michoacan, raised in Tijuana. You feel me? So one love to the people from Tijuas, people from Michoacan, Jalisco, Durango, Zacatecas, even the South. You know what I mean? Yucatan, Veracruz, El DF. It's all love, man. Yeah, Hayward got some old school hoods. Where can I get a decent pupusa? In Oakland, go to Los Cocos on Fruitvale. That's the oldest one. If you can get an interview with Hot Boy Weed someday, that would. City of Trees, if you're still on there, if you're on IG, hit me up on private message next time you're in the Bay, bro. We'll kick it. For sure. We'll get a burrito or a taco or something. But yeah, man, I'm about to get off this. I've been on here an hour. If anyone wants to drop any last minute thing before I get off, any last questions, anything you want to ask me, anything, drop it before I get off, because I'm about to get off soon in a couple minutes. But I always let you guys have the last word because I do this for y'all, man. You feel me? Someone asked me where they could get a good pupusa. I said Los Cocos on Fruitvale, right there by Farnham. They have good pupusas, and that's the oldest pupuseria in Oakland. Where can I get that Oaktown sticker? Look up Oaktown T-shirt people. They have them. That's where I got them from. They're called www.graphicslink.com. It says it right there on the sticker if you see it. I'll put it right there. You ever do time? No. The only time I've ever done is I spent a week in Santa Rita once, and twice I was overnight in the Oakland City Jail in downtown Oakland. Oh, and one time I got caught up in Santa Rosa for some dumb shit, and I was in the Santa Rita, not Santa Rita, Sonoma County Jail overnight, which fucking sucked. But that's it. I never been to the Pinta. Like I was telling Rojo, I got into some trouble, but quickly I realized that I didn't want to go down that path, so I became a nerd, and I'm still a nerd, and that's fine with me. I'm just a Chicano from the barrio, from the hood. I'm not no gangbanger. I'm just raza. That's it. You feel me? But and I'm all about la raza, and that's it, bro. I don't want to see our people divided anymore. You know? Yeah, Santa Rita, fuck, bro. I spent a week in that motherfucker. That shit sucks ass. You feel me? Do I blaze it? Not anymore, bro. I used to blaze a lot back in the days. Now I don't drink or smoke anymore, bro. Hardly. Very rarely, bro. Maybe I'll smoke a cigarette sometime. I'm all about my fatty too, bro. That's it. And about my music. I love doing music. I love meeting women. I haven't been meeting women lately, but I like all those things. You feel me? But I'm cool. I can't be out there risking going to jail or getting caught up with bullshit. It's just I'm too old for that shit. When I was young, I did it, but what's up, Kwame? But yeah, man. So yeah, it's about that time. Like I always leave it at this, man. Thank you guys for joining me. We had a good live today. I had a lot of people on. You feel me? You a fan of some of the RV? Of course, of course. Don't give me no Gunner. Me and Hey Y'all do watch party for Gunner. You're doing a watch party for Gunner? Where you gonna do it at? But yeah, of course. Don't give me no Bammer weed. And there's a bluebird on my shoulder. Can I kill it? And bounce right. Well, you motherfuckers bounce to this. What was that old song? I grew up on all that RVL shit. JT the Bigger Figure RVL, all that stuff. But I'm from the Bay, blood. You feel me? From the old school Bay Area, from the 90s. That's my generation. Gracias, CPT, man. Hey, I'm glad people out in Compton are watching me, man. That's all love. You feel me? Compton is just like Oakland, man. You feel me? I got 5 on it. That's the Loonies, right? Yuck Mouth. My favorite song by the Loonies was Why You Wanna Play Your Hate on Me? When Laotian, hate Laotian, we supposed to be together. You said Laotian, you mean Laotian or Latino Laotian? But shouts out to Brandon Moreno and becoming Mexican's first champion. Yeah, I keep hearing about that homeboy. Shouts out to him, man. But I'm gonna leave it at this because I gotta get off, man. Drew Down for show. Drew Down's a town legend. I gotta get off because it's past the hour mark, and I love that you guys joined in. We had a big crowd today. I think the Convicts Perspective thing had a lot to do with that. Gracias for those guys for having me on their channel and helping my channel grow. And hey, your boy Jose from Oakland Latinos United. You know what I mean? I'm contemplating. All right, before I get off, I'm contemplating. I'm really thinking about doing more videos where I show my face. I know that all my videos I never show my face. And I did that for many years because I just didn't want to be bothered. I'm a very private person outside of this. But at the same time, I'm a very public person too because I'm out there a lot. Especially that I do music. My name is out there a lot. So I'm thinking about maybe starting to do more live feeds where I show my face. You feel me? Yeah, man, hey, in Oakland, to the homie from Compton in Oakland, we used to, man, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. When I was growing up in Oakland, we used to bump all the Compton rappers, bro. NWA, DJ Quick, Compton's Most Wanted, you feel me? Michelle A, the World Class Wrecking Crew. You know what I mean? We used to bump all the Compton stuff, bro, when I was growing up in the town. And even in the Bay Area, even when I lived down in Vallejo, I remember fools used to bump the Compton stuff. Like everywhere in Sacramento, too. Ice Cube. Well, Ice Cube wasn't from Compton. But, all that stuff from L.A. and Compton. Oakland's just like Compton. You ever heard of Saphir? Of course I heard of Saphir. Wasn't he in what you call it, in Digital Underground? Compton is just like Oakland. Ascar. Oh yeah, Ascari X. Yeah, Keisha Cole's brother. Is that Keisha Cole's brother? Hobo Junction. Yeah, I remember Hobo Junction. Is Compton really like Oakland? Look, I've been to Watts and I've been to Compton and I've been to South Central. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? You're on your lunch break. What's going on? He was from the Bay. That's what I remember. But anyway, the white boy. I've been to Compton, I've been to South Central, and I've been to Watts. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I was out there, that shit reminded me of Deep East Oakland in many ways, bro. In many ways. It wasn't exactly like Deep East Oakland, but it reminded me a lot of Deep East Oakland. And that's not even a lie, bro. I've been to East LA too. But look, man, I gotta get off. It's hella late, and I actually want to hit the gym because you guys see my interview. I'm pretty fat, so I work out a lot. So I'm trying to get back in shape. But I'm gonna hit the gym because my gym is open 24 hours. I didn't get to go earlier, and yeah, man, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna Seagram. Yeah, Seagram was the shit, bro. Um, I'm gonna get off. So, like I always leave it at you. Thank you for all the people from Compton, from the Bay, from Sakura. You know what I mean? Thank you to the people from the town. You know what I mean, and from all over the base. And yeah, you do see similarities. I've been trying to hit the gym for 5 years. Come on, bro. You gotta hit the gym. I'm fat, but I go to the gym regardless. But once again, bro, I'm gonna leave it at this. Be sure to subscribe and like my Oakland Latinos United IG page. Be sure to like my Oakland Latinos United Facebook page. Comment, leave any messages. If you want a private, and most importantly, if you're trying to get a hold of me and you want a private message me, hit me up on my IG private message or on my Facebook private message. A lot of people are always asking me how they could get a hold of me. That's the best way to get a hold of me. But once again, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandma, tell your cousins, your nieces, your uncles about my channel. Uh, and uh, and like all my videos. Keep supporting. Keep leaving comments. And if you haven't checked it out, check out my interview on a comics perspective with Rojo and Gunner on a comics perspective. They interviewed me. If you want to see what your beautiful Wapo Jose looks like, how beautiful I really am, check me out on that interview. but uh but 510 Life says that I ain't hating. I'm not knocking too much. I smoke too much. Ah, come on, bro. You just gotta go, bro. I go. Sometimes I feel lazy as fuck, and I go. I just go to the gym and just when I come out, I feel hella good. Crenshaw looked like, yeah, Crenshaw and Avalon Boulevard. I went down Avalon Boulevard, and that shit reminded me like East 14th, bro. So yeah, man. I'm sure CPT knows where Avalon Boulevard is. Hit the weights hard, si porque, yeah, man, I gotta hit them. Ya no quiero ser gordo, bro. Too many pupusas and tacos. But I'm out, bro. Be safe and everybody take care. Thanks for joining me tonight.